go. What's going on, everyone? Chris from PickDogs.com here on Monday, July 15th, 2024. I got Jay, Eric, and Costi with me. We don't got much going on. Feels like that scene in Narcos where Pablo Escobar is just standing in the pool wondering what to do with his life. It's like we're trying to figure out what to do here. We only got the home run derby today. We don't even have WNBA. I mean, it just feels a little bit empty, but these are the dog days of summer. It's sort of our reset period. So, hitting the reset button. Jay, what's going on?
Hey, man, look. For us, this is a 365-day-a-year gig. You know what I mean? But there's usually 1 week in there in that whole year where really ain't too much going on, and we is in it right now. So mentally, I'm checked out. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm just gonna let y'all know. I'm there. I'm on vacay mode. Even though I ain't going nowhere, I'm chilling in the crib. Y'all know what come out today, 3 o'clock. Y'all know that's where I'm gonna be at the next week, right here on my couch, probably live streaming playing college football. Man, that's what I got going on. But so chill week for me, just cooling. Got some home run derby today, and then some DGen summer league betting and some WNBA will be back later on in the week. So we got that going on. But for the most part, no baseball. I'm chilling, and just here to talk with the guys, see how y'all doing today. How y'all doing?
I thought, Jay, I thought you were doing the road trip where you were going to hit a Chick-fil-A in every single state and, compare the differences and like, yeah, I'm going out of town. Where are you going? Chick-fil-A in Nebraska.
I did have my Chick-fil-A this morning.
I'm sure you did.
I did.
What do you do? Let me ask you something. What do you do on the day of rest? How do you handle Sundays? Do you buy it on Saturday and put it in the freezer? No, I'm like, seriously. I'm like, how do you do that?
I usually cook breakfast on Sunday. I like a good cooked breakfast.
It is an amazing establishment. I see these guys parking around, especially Monday morning. They're all trying to get they miss Sunday, so they got to rock and roll on Monday.
Get that fix.
How about you, Roof? Is it big up there in Canada?
We've only got like 3 locations.
How close is the first one?
30 to 35 minutes.
That's not bad. Hour trip to go get a chicken sandwich back and forth.
You guys have Popeyes up there in Canada?
Oh, yeah. Way more Popeyes and way more like individual.
Do you guys have hip hop chicken?
No. They ain't got no hip hop chicken up there.
They don't know about hip hop chicken?
Hip hop chicken? What is that?
Yeah.
So they have this
hit them with some
spice.
Lights.
They call it crack and they sprinkle it. It's
like, you told me about that before.
Yeah. And people in the comments go crazy that are from Baltimore. It's wild. A lot of trout, a lot of fish, chicken.
What this week looking like for you guys? Y'all are we do the same thing, but y'all are a little different. So how does this week look like for you guys?
Yeah, so from the syndicate professional betting point of view, nothing changes. There's just soccer, tennis, golf matchups. So, it's funny because everybody NBA Summer League. So for the NBA Summer League, these guys are pounding NBA. So in the world that I live in, professional betting groups, we have a saying. We have a saying, man, global, not local. So, it's a big world. And so, you got to remember, I don't know what you guys did during the pandemic for that 4-month break, but we did our radio show every week. There was no U.S. sports before the bubble was created for NBA. And it was literally like soccer, tennis, golf. It didn't matter. Horse racing. So when you're living in that world, Korean baseball, Japanese baseball,
esports.
Oh yeah,
that's when I thought that's when I hit like the next level. Is when my buddy, he's really into it. And I actually had a client at one point hit me up, and he was really big in esports, but it took too much time of his day because prior to the match starting, when they actually draw the matchups, you could sit there and watch for 3 hours when they do the match. You have to watch the pre-matchups selection process. and you could come up with analytics, but you have to watch it every day for 3 hours before the match starts, and then they play video games. I forgot the game it was. It's like, I don't know. It was. I had to watch it one time. It was literally the most painful 4 hours of a bet. I was like, this is not enjoyable at all. I got a kid that's 13 years old that I'm betting on from Indiana. Sitting. Mom's telling him dinner's ready. He's sitting there banging away. It was funny. That was COVID. COVID was unique.
So what did you? So like back then, what did you guys do when there was no U.S. sports for that little brief period? You guys just didn't do anything, or you weren't?
I wasn't a pro yet.
Oh, got it.
So
you still in high school?
No, but I was in college. Yeah, I was like 2020 COVID. So yeah, I was like freshman, sophomore year of college.
Oh, you were just getting buckets then when you were D1 hooper.
I was just, trying to find my way.
Jay tried to kill me in Vegas. The hat slip, I'm telling you, it was. It seemed a little too
convenient.
He didn't want me to make that layup, and he threw his hat. I did a full split.
So Costi, real quick, down in run. Tell him, what am I doing right now? You know, I'm looking off. I'm typing and I'm looking. So what am I doing while we're on the live show right now?
Well, so usually we're scanning all the different syndicate groups that have released all the games, and then Eric scans all the different plays that are released, and then he reposts them on Telegram. So it's like super high volume, international. A lot of times it's soccer leagues that you probably wouldn't know of. And WNBA, well, it's not today, but then obviously with Summer League.
So they just played Summer League. Exactly. So that's what I'm about to send out right now. That's why I was saying, for me, the dark days don't really exist. I get it. The average person is not going to understand what we do. That's why, it's not for everybody, obviously. But I mean, truly, everybody knows, you guys are aware. Roof, you're aware. The number one sport in the world that is bet on is soccer. It's not anything in North America. So, what did you think about that game last night? Did you guys watch that Argentina game?
Did y'all see how they did Hard
It was
Rock?
a disaster.
Did y'all see how they did Hard Rock? Golly, they tore.
You see that, Costi, with Messi?
Yeah, I like the my favorite meme of the morning was they were jumping in, they were trying to get in for free into Hard Rock, and they were going through the vents.
Yeah, I saw that,
and they were like, "This is the same way that they're trying to get into the U.S." I was dying. Oh my God. They were going through the vents. It reminded me of El Chapo going through his tunnels.
I ain't the biggest soccer dude, but I did call both winners of both tournaments, Spain and Argentina.
Did you see Shakira at halftime? I didn't realize there was going to be a Super Bowl type show. Euro didn't have a halftime show like that.
It's like pat on the back, man. For that one.
Shakira lip singing.
Pull that shit out the hat. I wish I would have got that Spain parlay in yesterday with bro in tennis. That would have been
Spain.
Money.
Carlos Alcaraz.
Shout out to him.
What do you guys think of a little halftime? You want to go over some halftime stats first half of the MLB season? It's pretty intriguing.
Hit it.
So I've been saying for 20 years, dogs win 40% of the time in baseball. So, hypothetically, if you bet every dog every day with no handicapping at all, and I realize that's not what you guys do, you're at worst going to break even. This year, the dogs are 42.6% in the first half of the season. Like yesterday, I had Oakland, and I had what else did I have, Costi? I had Oakland, I had Colorado.
Yeah.
Miami didn't make the cut. So what this goes back to my premise of when you look at the leaderboard on pick dogs, which is you look at someone like Mitch who's killing it this year in baseball. Why is he killing it? He's not killing it because he's picking 80% winners. He's fit. I mean, look, have you guys looked at the leaderboard? This is what I tell people when they talk to me about betting favorites in baseball. He's 229 and 228. That's all you need to know. Plus 3,900 units, and he's up one game. So, I always, everybody knows that watches my videos. I preach the dog side, and I just don't know how anybody thinks they can make any money betting favorites consistently. And I understand that Mitch actually bets favorites, but he converts them to dogs with his run line system, which works for him. But I just want to know what you guys, as newer on the block, like I know that basically the easiest sport to win is baseball, because as long as you don't bet favorites. If you bet favorites, you can't win long term. It doesn't mean you can't have great weeks, but you can't win. Because I want to know from you guys, from a handicapping point of view, and maybe you, Roof, and you, Jay, can answer me. Why would handicapping a pitcher matter in baseball if you know you're not betting the first 5 innings and you know he's not going to be in at the end of the game? I liken it to handicapping an NFL.
You've heard me say this plenty of times.
Well, but now we have
at the end of the day, there's one objective. And the objective is to win. And no matter how you slice it, no matter how you break it down, the player who has the most impact on that game or on that win is the pitcher who 9 times out of 10 is going to pitch the most innings.
He's absolutely meaningless. No chance, useless.
No, I disagree. So even if I know I'm going to have Patrick Mahomes for 3 quarters, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes for 3 quarters. I can handicap Patrick Mahomes for 3 quarters.
But I can also.
It's different strokes.
So can I ask you this? When you
different strokes for different folks.
When dogs are winning 43% of the time,
the thing is you can handicap the starting pitcher for a bad team and still get to the dog.
But before you guys continue, if you look at 43% of the dogs winning, that means that if you bet 10 dogs, you're going to be basically 4 and 6 every time. What you're going to also find when you dig down deep is that most of the dogs are not winning the game till the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. So that basically means that those favorites that lose, you bet them in the first 5. You're good. You're good. I'm saying you want to bet the favorite. You want to have the pitcher have the most impact. Bet the first 5 innings. Don't bet the game, because the reason. I
understand what you're saying in that premise, but all I'm saying is you can definitely, most definitely, I don't care what anybody says, and we can go round and round for this on days. Starting pitching matters. Is it the greatest mattering point ever? No, it's not. But does it matter? Yes, it does.
You know what I mean?
And when you look at wins for the season,
okay.
When you look at who has the most wins on the season and you look at ERA, it's kind of funny how it aligns to who the best pitchers are in the game. So, it's different strokes for different folks. I get
picking
your strategy is definitely a winning strategy.
I'm not saying that people don't handicap. Like I said, Mitch is up 1 game. He bets a lot of favorites. He converts them into dogs by laying the 1.5, right? So he's truly betting favorites, converting them into dogs a lot of the times. Not all of the times, but a lot of the times where he's getting that extra value back. And I love the strategy, and what it shows, the leaderboard doesn't lie, obviously. What I'm saying is from a professional syndicate point of view, or if someone, like I said on my videos, cannot afford to pay me what I charge or what Costi charges, and somebody can't even afford to go to the leaderboard and buy the games on the website, they should really only be looking for dogs, because they can brag that they had a winning record, that they went 6-4 or they went 7-3, and they lose money. And the guy that's 3-7 or 4-6, he wins money. And I just, because I was never a handicapper, like you said, you were in college, you were a pro. I was never a pro. 36 years, I was never a pro. All I've done is rub shoulders with pros, and I'm basically the dealer. I get the goods, and then I flip them to the clients. So if I'm looking at these guys that are moving millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they're always, especially in baseball, on the dog side, majority, then there you got to take pause in the fact that you see how hard it is to win when you're betting favorites, even if you have a winning record. And I'll shut up on this subject.
Correct.
I still think starting pitching has to factor into it, because I personally, I think it's the be all end all? No, but I can beg on a starting pitcher taking his team out of the game early. How many times did I bet on Patrick Corbin because every time he would take the mound, he'd give up 4 or 5 runs in the first 2 to 3 innings of the game. And with the Nationals team that over the last couple of years has been horrendous offensively, they don't have the offense to get back into the game. The Miami Marlins, they have a great pitching staff, but when you're scoring 2 runs a game for your starting pitching, they can pitch as well as they want. But the reality is
that's what I was going to and that's what I was going to tell him. That's the difference in handicapping, actually going in and looking at, look, I know JP Sears this season, he's a middle of the road guy, but I feel like in this situation, he's going to pitch well at this plus money. Or Ranger Suarez, he's regressing. He had probably one of the best starts of the season, but I don't necessarily like the form he's in right now today. I think I'm going to fade him today, even though, his team is favored minus 200. I get what you're saying, but.
Well, no. So what I'm saying is, so I did a video on this on the channel a month ago. And what I said is you have teams like the White Sox, to Roof's point, and Miami, right? To your guys' point, 27 and 68. And then you got Miami, absolute garbage as well, and 32 and 60. Here's the problem. The problem isn't that they're going to lose more games than you're going to win. The problem is the team, when they actually win those 32 games, if you're on the other side of those, you're laying such a big price that you don't actually make any money. So you can.
We're all of us here. We're not, and we've trained our audience. They're not laying minus 200 no more. We're not worried about them.
Well, I think in the parlay world, our
viewers, if they've been here, and our 200 people today.
How many viewers you think parlayed Miami?
Hold on, let me talk
Colorado.
To you. Let me talk to you.
And Oakland.
These 200 people right here and here right now are the core. And these 200 people right here, right now, know we not laying on minus 200. That's not happening. You know what I mean? We not even laying a minus 120 run line. So, you know what I mean? These are the core people who are in here right now today. To have this talk would probably be better on a Monday coming out of the All-Star break. But on a day like today, where there's not much going on, I just think that, it's we've been here, done that. We in the thick of this thing right here in the baseball season.
Exactly.
We're all attacking the dog price. We're all looking for the value. We're all, trying to find the best plus.
Well, let me ask you this, Ruth. With the games, how many games, and I don't know from memory, would you say that if you lose those games and they happen to be laying a small price, I see most of those dogs winning at the end of the game. I don't see dogs winning wire to wire.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's like, it's been talked about a lot, even on our morning show. There's a lot of teams
you
that
had the A's yesterday. They kicked
in
the dog crap out of
yes.
It happens.
I had them. No, yes.
It happens all the time.
But I wouldn't care if they won by 1 run in the 11th inning.
So. I bet the White Sox a lot this season. They the king of giving it up. The Rockies too. They the king of giving it up in late innings, winning the game. You know what I mean?
You love the Rockies.
I love me some Rockies.
Were you on them yesterday? That was one of my plays.
The Broncos. You love the Avalanche. You love Colorado Springs. You love Boulder. Jay's moving to Colorado. If you haven't, you could tell based on his betting pattern or the teams that he likes where his next location of residency is going to be. It's very easy to tell.
There's a lot of teams that come through in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. We're starting to see that more and more.
Exactly.
We're starting to see a lot of we see a lot of bullpen collapses.
Well, that goes to my point of your starting pitcher analysis.
But like I said, you can also bet on a starting pitcher that will take you out of the game early. Like it's a 5-run deficit. It's not as easy to come back from as being down 1 or 2 runs going into the 6th, 7th inning when the bullpen takes over. So we've seen games where a team only scores 3 runs in the 3rd inning, but sometimes that's enough. because they have great starting pitching that can take them 6-7 innings.
Right.
How many times, if we are going to factor bullpen ERA into this, right? Let's say, let me look at the worst bullpen ERAs in the month of July.
So it'd be the White Sox, I guess.
So if I look at the worst bullpen ERAs,
Gotta be the White Sox.
no, well, in the month of July, it's been the Mets.
Oh, okay.
But let's just say, okay,
The Mets.
I'm trying to pick a team here with an ace starting pitcher. Okay, let's say the White Sox. Let's use the White Sox as an example. Fourth worst ERA in the month of July, 6.28 out of the bullpen. Say you have Garrett Crochet starting pitching, right? If you have Garrett Crochet go 6-7 innings, which I don't know if he has this season, but if he goes 6-7 innings and the White Sox are holding a 3-0 lead, I'd rather have a pitcher that can go 6-7 strong innings and only have to turn it over to a bullpen that's going to have to try to get through 2 innings of work, as opposed to going with a pitcher that'll only give me, trying to bet on a pitcher that'll give me 5, and then you have to turn over to the bullpen for even longer to give the other team a chance to get back into the game.
Right. I get it. But what I was going to ask is, more importantly, from my handicapping point of view, why you don't necessarily want to bet the first 5 innings in a lot of these matchups and just avoid worrying about the bullpen.
Sometimes
you just don't even have to worry about the bullpen. You're done with the bullpen if you get the first 5 innings.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do. I'm not going to sit here and say that I just strictly bet full games. Like I bet first 5.
Home run derby. Let's talk about it, fellas. Let's talk about it. I got stuff.
You got to give a shout out to the comments right now. There's a guy who is many hours behind us in the wee hours of the morning that is the most energetic person in the comments. What is it, 4:30 where he is?
Oh, you're talking about Mitch? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm checking. I'm checking.
He's going off. He's on his A game right now.
Had that early Hawaiian. What's it called? Badass coffee in Hawaii. That's what it's called. Badass coffee.
Maybe it's good. He's probably going to go out surfing. Maybe hit a Chick-fil-A.
All right, let me.
Home run derby.
Y'all already know where I'm going, man. Hometown hero.
Shocker.
Hometown hero, man.
Shocker.
Nickname literally El Bombay. You know what I mean? Like last year, his man, our third base coach, hold him. Let's just call a spade a spade. He couldn't throw. That's the only reason he really didn't have that great of a showing last year. At home, at the crib, man, he finna win it. He ain't having the greatest of season, finna turn the season around. He gonna turn around and propel the Rangers to go and defend the World Series title. I'm betting Adolis El Bombay Garcia plus 550. That's where I'm at. I told you I'm chilling this week, man. So that's really,
Is he gonna have a better pitcher than he had last year?
I think it's Vic Beasley again. To be honest, I got to double check, but he said he was working on
what the defensive end.
Nah,
you mean
Tony Beasley? My bad. Tony.
He said Vic Beasley.
Big Beasley.
Pass rusher.
No wonder he was so bad.
I got before I say this, because you brought it up, I had a funny story. So a buddy of mine is going to the Orioles game last week, and they're going with a group and one of their dads. And one of the guys whose dad was coming, he got him to go out to throw the first pitch, but he didn't tell his dad. So they went out and they got hammered. Like they're doing shots at like 1:30. Didn't tell the dad that he's throwing out the first pitch. Get trashed. And they tell the dad right before. He's like, oh, yeah, you're going out to do the first pitch. I got to get video for you guys, but it did not go well. That being said, hopefully Vic Beasley is going to not be intoxicated when he's throwing to Mr. Garcia. You know who I'm going with. Easy money for me.
Yeah.
Take a guess. Take a guess who I'm
We already
taking.
know who you're going with. You're going
Who?
with Gunnar Henderson.
The stash.
We already know, bro.
The
You call me a
leadoff
homer,
goat.
but here you come. Here you
The
go.
best leadoff hitter in many, many years.
Anybody worry
The
about
one, the only, Gunna, with no R, Gunna Henderson.
Anybody worry about him.
So when you look at these favorites, what do you
Call me
guys
home.
think?
I don't
What do you guys think? They're
Oh.
they're overpriced. Like when you look at Pete Alonso plus 250 is the favorite. Like, you see any value in that? Like
So-
the little 2
He's
Go ahead.
won
Well,
it
that's
before,
that's
so
what I
obviously-
was gonna get at. If you see somebody on the board that you like, there's a lot more value in taking. I don't know. Say you wanted to bet, I don't know, $100 on Pete Alonso.
Right.
For me, it's a way better value to maybe put a couple extra bucks in it, maybe sprinkle $20 on the straight forecast of who they're going to beat. Yeah, if you do $20 to cover the field, if you're really sure that Pete Alonso is going to win, you can take that plus 250 and put $20 on each potential matchup in the final, and take that to Pete Alonso over Marcelo Zuna for plus 1,000.
Right.
Pete Alonso over Adolis Garcia for plus 1,100. You know, for over Bobby Witt Jr. for plus 1,500. So for me, I think that's where you can sort of maximize it as opposed to just dump it onto
You too, James. Just homer. Yeah, I'm calling out all homers today. Costi, James. Y'all just picking y'all guy from y'all team. So don't blame me when I do the same. All right. Okay.
I'm sprinkling on 3 guys though. I'm sprinkling on Pete Alonso, Gunnar Henderson, and my long shot, Jose Ramirez.
Jose.
Jose Ramirez is the interesting one for me because when he did the home run derby last time, he was injured. He had a thumb injury. So he was swinging right-handed. But he's a better left-handed hitter.
So am I. I can hit a balls with the left hand.
I'm left-handed, but I bat righty.
And I found some.
That means you probably got a little switch hitter in you if you work on
I
it.
don't, because I can't. This is really weird. I can't golf lefty.
I think if I got you in the gym for a little bit, I might get you switch hitting.
I kind of look like Garcia, swinging.
So I'm looking at who each person has as their pitcher. Bobby Witt Jr. has his brother-in-law.
So who would I want to know? This is important. If you were in the home run derby,
Is
would you have-
those have
who'd you have
Tony
pitching for?
Beasley again?
who would you have
It's
pitching?
still TBD.
Yeah, I think it's Tony Beasley again. Though. What were you saying, Costa?
So if you're in the home run derby, who's your pitcher?
Who's my pitcher?
Yeah.
Probably my batting practice pitcher.
I'm trying to think of somebody who right now give me like last year Lance Lynn. You know what I mean? Give me let me think. Who else? Give me like
Can't believe, man, your pops. You're not gonna have your pops out there.
nah. I'm trying to win. You know what I mean? Give me like
Whoa.
Give me like
Mitch, go back to sleep.
I
That's
like
not
to
right,
give me
man.
like
That's a low
give me-
blow.
Give me a Jamison Tyone.
I'm not doing the Kimbrel because last time I did, I ended up on the injured list.
There you go, Nicholas. You're using your head, man. Patrick Corbin, Cookie
No,
Carrasco.
Hold on. Patrick Corbin was more giving up just runs with like a ton of base hits.
Fair.
Okay, now we gotta slow it down.
Meatball McGill.
Aaron Savale,
You love Savale.
19 home runs he's given up this season.
You think like a Tim Wakefield would be an advantage because he could just throw it anywhere you want, very slow, not too much knuckle.
Cost you no, but too much knuckle.
Not too much. Just
Oh yeah, that's a Mitch one right there for sure.
Gausman.
No, because if he's no, but here's the thing: you only want him if the game's in Toronto.
Oh, I like that one too, Andrew. Spaghetti Arroghetti. Mm-hmm.
Arrogatios.
Dallas Keuchel's somehow, some way been getting lucky this season. I don't know what it is with him. Kenta Maeda. Okay. I'm liking this list of guys. What's the guy that come out the bullpen for the Diamondbacks? What's his name? I forgot.
Miguel Castro.
Ooh. Just might win the damn thing. Castro pitching.
If you have Castro pitch, yeah. I think that's more important. We got to focus on who's pitching rather than who's hitting.
So
well,
Alonso,
they kind of lobbed it in there. I'm just being funny, but
so Alonso has the coach that threw to him the last time he won the home run derby in 2021. Jose Ramirez has a double-A hitting coach. But like I said, the big thing is Ramirez probably hitting from the left side of the plate. Bobby Witt's got his brother-in-law who throws lefty, and Witt only has 3 homers against lefties this season. Just saying. Gunnar Henderson has the AAA manager. Teoscar Hernandez has a coach from the Dodgers that's thrown in his 4th derby. He threw to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Albert Pujols and Jock Peterson.
Albert Pujols is pitching?
No, I'm saying that the guy that's pitching for Teoscar Hernandez, he already pitched in the derby to Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Albert Pujols, and Jock Peterson in his 3 previous derbies. Marcelo Zuna and the bullpen catcher, no derby experience on either side, but they did take batting practice together earlier in the week. Alec Boehm has his former coach from the Coastal League, but other than that, there's nothing. And Adolis probably has Vic Beasley.
Mitch, while you watching, I thought I should tell you this, man. So college football drops today, of course. I can't wait. We've been waiting 10, 11 years for it. It just so happens in my online dynasty, I think I got like 16 people in there currently. Guess who is the team that I got?
Oh, God.
Nah, I know. Guess who I got?
Hashtag we coming.
For you?
Oh.
Cam Ward. Hey, Cam Ward, I'm going to lead him to a Heisman.
I wanted to get it, but $134 is ridiculous.
So I'm going to rebuild them Canes, Mitch, and try to bring y'all back to the days that you always talking about.
What are you talking about?
So
College Football 25 comes out today.
Correct.
For the early release.
Correct.
Oh, the
Is that not like an actual disc anymore? Like it's automatically on your...
I think you can do either physical or digital. Like I said, I wanted to do it, but 3-day early access for an extra $50, it's like
During All-Star break?
I did because it also came with the Madden, you know what I mean? So I'm on there, man. I'm on there today. Hit me up. Y'all know I'm gonna be online.
Oh, you already have it?
It comes out today at 3. So yeah.
Oh wow.
It doesn't come out. The last time it came out, Costi, was 2014.
Oh, that's the last time they had college football?
Yes, it was 2014.
Wow.
It got taken away because of
the NIL. And
NIL. The players weren't getting
But
paid.
now, so does every player actually have a name now? Most
Correct.
players?
Every player has a name. It's their official
really?
likeness in the game. They got paid to be in the game. They got a copy of the game. So, yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
So I don't know, Jay, if you might have probably played video. So forever in NBA, the only player that was never in the NBA games was Jordan. He would never, for whatever reason, for all those years when he was in the league, you couldn't have, never said Jordan. It said number 23 or number 45.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? He's the only player in the NBA that never sold his rights to every other player in the NBA.
You can now for sure though. Casino captain, yes, you can be. That's kind of what Eric was talking about at the beginning of the show. For baseball is really the main sport where like winning percentage means 2 shits. It means 2 shits. You know what I mean? Somebody who's winning 60% of games is not making as much money as somebody winning probably like 40, you know, in baseball. It's just how the game works, you know, when you're attacking plus money. So baseball is more about return on investment more so than winning percentage. So, of course, yeah, you could be a capper and be making a ton of money hitting 45% in baseball if you bend it the right way.
What'd you do on Mortal Kombat?
I don't know.
I remember the original code. ABACABB, blood code. ABACABB. Good play. Mitch said something. What's your NIL role in Mortal Kombat?
I don't know.
I
don't even know if I want to ask.
So I'm gonna ask y'all one more question.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball. What's one team coming out of the All-Star break that you're looking to attack? You think we're going to be able to make money on? Costa.
It's such a loaded question because there's a couple teams.
If you got a couple, give me a couple.
Constantly going to rock the Red Sox on the road in a lot of situations.
Dirty water.
I think the Twins putting it together, they're no longer the 50-50 Twins. You could still get value on them. And then number 3, I think the Brewers are still going to have value because they kind of went into the stretch not on a good run the last 20, 25 games. I think they have the talent offensively, relief, and starting pitchers that you'll still get some value on them versus the good teams. And they put up runs. So definitely not Texas. And definitely not Texas. That's easy. It's the easiest bet I've ever made in my life.
I agree with Mitch, man. These are 3 teams I think we're going to get the most value on for the remainder of the season. These are the teams to be on right here, the money-making teams. If you fade these teams for the remainder of the season, you're probably going to make a pretty good.
If you fade the Dodgers, man, it's just like printing money. Oh my God.
What are they now, Eric? They're 3-7.
If you bet every game,
no, it's an underdog.
2-5.
Oh, they're 2-5.
2-5 is a dog. But I'll wait till it's my turn to talk about this.
It is your turn, sir. Who you like here?
Yeah.
So the way I do it is I'm looking for teams to continue rolling only when they're dogs.
Okay.
So that would be Kansas City rolling when they're a dog.
Royals. Okay.
Boston
I
rolling.
kind of like that Royals. Let me tell you why I kind of like that Royals when they're a dog. I hate the Royals because I feel like a lot of times right now they're overrated, overvalued. So when they're a favorite, I feel like they're kind of a bad bet. But when they're the dog, that's kind of when you feel like, you know what I mean? So I kind of like that Royals as a dog. I like that.
Boston is 22-16 as a dog. They have the best winning record as a dog. So if you can find them as a dog,
you'll get it.
And
who's been the spokesperson this season for them Red Sox?
And the last team, 45 minutes, not even 45, 40 minutes away, 35 minutes away from us, not the Orioles. When they're a dog,
Nationals.
Printing money.
The Nationals.
Printing money. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's not teams that I think are going to be there at the end. We're just trying to make money. Kansas City, Boston, Washington. Obviously, you know, Kansas City could be there in the end, but obviously Washington's not going to be there in the end.
For sure. Kansas City as a dog. Boston
And Mitch's team as a dog, killing it. San Francisco, killing it as a dog.
I think I said it over the weekend. I hate the damn Giants. I never win a Giants. I don't think I've won a Giants game all year.
They kill it as a dog.
Maybe I got to take them as a dog. Maybe that's what I needed to hear.
Quick update. Since the bet, the Rangers have made not a single half-game progress. So hopefully you have it in the second half. It's still 7.5 games back.
No, we're not. We're 5 games back. Stop it.
7.5 games back.
No, we're not. We're 5 games back. We're 4 games behind the Mariners in the loss column.
You're not catching the Mariners.
Yes, we are. Easily.
I'm
For the
surprised.
wild card.
7-3 heading into the break. It ain't my turn. Hold on. Ruffalo. Who you like? It was some teams we'll talk. We got all week, so we're gonna talk about different things every day. But today, there's some teams we think we can make money on post All-Star break.
In the National League, the Diamondbacks.
Arizona, Los Serpientes.
I just think that they were kind of sleeping, and now they're starting to wake up a little bit, and I think they can make a run. In the American League, I hate to say it, the Houston Astros.
That's fair. I mean, that's definitely fair.
It's another team that was just sleeping early on, that has kind of woken up and are a dangerous team to play this time of year when they still have motivation. They still have a goal.
And they can cheat, which is like,
and they be cheating. Yeah.
And they be cheating.
They be cheating. They do be cheating.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
They do be cheating. For me, of course, let's get the obvious out the way. The Rangers. All right.
Jeez, man.
No, really?
5 games back, you know what I mean, of the Mariners.
Remind me of Costi on Sunday with the Ravens. Go ahead.
Hey, man, finna get healthy. We won 7 of our last 3 heading into the break. Just won the series over the Stros. We got the best manager in baseball. The future looking bright. And for all of this, I think, we're going to be able to get plus money with them, especially laying run lines because they're an offensive team. So them, but hey,
and they're getting healthy. They're getting healthy.
There's 2 other teams in the American League that are like, I just got my eye on. You know what I mean? Of course, y'all know I've been on the Red Sox. I'm probably going to be on them for the remainder of the season. But 2 teams I really got my eye on, Tampa Bay. Last season, I was the biggest Rays hater there was. I got my eye on them this season. I think they're going to make it interesting there with New York, with Boston, with Baltimore. I think that division is going to be a little more interesting than people thought earlier in the season. And then the other one, you hit the nail right on the head, Mr. Digital. Them Tigers, man. Keep your eye on the Tigers, the 50-50 Tigers. At 500 right now, you got to keep your eye on them. You got to keep your eye on them Tigers, man. They're a team I feel like. Eric, can you tell me what are your numbers betting the Tigers thus far this season?
Tell you right now. Hold on. Tigers are 44-49, minus $752 for the season, minus $590 at home, minus 162 away, 18-20 as a favorite, 23-29 as a dog. So obviously killing it as a dog as well. Because 23-29 is not down 6 games. It's killing it as a dog, right?
Right. So I would say Rays, Rangers, Tigers, and Arizona. It's probably the 4 I kind of really got my eye on to see how they finna maneuver second half. And I got Adolis Garcia winning the Derby tonight, man. That's what I got for y'all boys today, man. Let's do it.
I got to ask you guys, since you're talking about teams before we get back into the Derby, they still have the Dodgers favored to win the World Series.
They do?
They still plus 300. They are the favorite.
What are the top 5? What are the top 5 odds?
Plus 300 Dodgers, plus 475 Phillies, plus 500 Yankees, plus 700 my and Costi's Baltimore Orioles. So the top 4, and then the 5th is the Braves plus 900. So you got Dodgers, Phillies, Yankees, O's, Braves. So let's talk about those 5 teams for a second. If you're going to make a futures bet, I see the value obviously is on Atlanta and the Orioles, 700 and 900, even though you could have got the Orioles at, I think, 2,500 in the beginning of the season. The Dodgers.
I hate to say this.
Don't tell me the Dodgers.
Of them top 5, the only one that even make a little bit of sense is Philadelphia. That's the only one to me that makes the slightest of sense. Braves, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. The Dodgers, I don't really trust them either. And for the odds, I would say the Phillies probably. Would I be surprised if Arizona made playoffs and knock Philly off again? I would not be surprised at all. But if it came down to these top 5, Philly.
Well, what does it say about the whole breakdown as a whole, where you got 5 teams and 4 of them are in the East, 2 of them are in the AL East, 2 of them in the NL East? What about everybody else? What does that say about? That's pretty crazy.
To me, the 2 teams in the AL that have the best shot are 500. The Rangers and the Astros. So it's like, that's why this, but that's how I feel. I know everybody else doesn't feel like that, but that's how I feel. So, I don't know.
So what do you think, Roof? You think the Dodgers is just going to sail through even if they don't make money because they're laying stupid prices and finally win the World Series, or what?
No, not with the rotation in the state that it is.
Hell no, not with that rotation.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get bounced out first round.
Gavin Stone.
I know we say that starting pitching isn't big a factor, but if you had given me a rotation that has a healthy Walker Buehler, healthy Clayton Kershaw, and a healthy Tyler Glass now, okay, maybe we can talk. But to give me one that has right now Bobby Miller, Gavin Stone,
AAA Bobby Miller at that.
AAA Bobby Miller, Anthony Banda. It's a disaster.
Eric, I wish there was a odds to the Dodgers don't make the World Series.
Well, literally, you're reading my mind. I'm like thinking like if there's it's like the crap table. Don't come. It's like I'm thinking like, can you bet against the Dodgers winning it? I'm sure Mitch will find a way to find me that wager somewhere in one of those accounts. So there's got to be a bet out there. Dodgers won't make it. That's a great bet.
Nah, for real. I'm with you.
I'm trying to think I'm looking at these numbers for Texas, but you're getting no love, brother. Sorry.
We're not, because it's really likely that we're going to get back in this thing. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. It's really likely that's going to happen.
Well,
the Mariners, look at their offensive numbers. They're trash.
Texas plus 1,500 AL West winner.
And that's how it's going to have to be done. You know what I mean? This division is going to come down to the last week, just like it did last year. And we'll see how it shapes out, So I think if I had to bet who comes out of the American League, I'm putting it either on the Astros or the Rangers. I don't trust Baltimore. I just don't. The Yankees, they're gonna blow themselves up like they usually always.
What do you think about that, Costi and Roof, about Baltimore? Since I'm not much of a fan, even though I live here,
I don't trust them. I just don't.
I've been saying this all along. Where we're in a position where we rely way too much on the home run for us to get 5 to 6 runs a game. And it's hurting us on like the last week. Yeah, we won the last game versus the Yankees coming down in the 9th inning and we got a win. But prior to that, we got crushed by the Cubs, by the Yankees, two of those days out of the 3 on the weekend. So I'm worried about the starting pitching, which we've always had issues with. There's guys that are decent, but I don't know how that's going to hold up in an actual playoff series, which in the years past has not. We got crushed in 2014 by Kansas City, and same thing by the Rangers last year. Now, they do have more experience, and I think it's going to be a better output. I don't know. It's tough to say because as good as they are, you saw that they could easily get beat consistently. Like the Cubs just came in here and just absolutely destroyed us. Now, the Orioles did have a lot of runs in scoring position. It's not like they weren't getting guys on base, but I don't know, man. Right now, I'm not confident by any means. I think in baseball, no team can be really confident. Like you can't make a case to say, look, my team is going to crush you in the playoffs. it's a fine line. I mean, it's so much parity in baseball, even with the smaller market teams. And, Boston, we're in a very tough division. So we'll see how the second half of the season goes. But, when the worst team in your division is the Blue Jays, who still has 44 wins, I mean, it's a tough out. We're in the toughest division in baseball by far.
A team I think is sneaky for the World Series, the Atlanta Braves.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah, they're the fifth team, right under the Orioles.
Bro, no, Chris, no, hell no.
Look, if we're talking about this right now, right, and we're talking about, starting pitching and all this pitching stuff, you want a team that's going to be able to go deep into games when the bullpen needs it to the most, right? If we're talking about that, for me, the Atlanta Braves have it all right now. They have a solid lineup, They have a pitching staff that's led by Chris Sale, Max Fried, Reynaldo Lopez has been having a solid year. And then if we're talking about bullpens that, have an increased emphasis on bullpen pitching in the playoffs, when pitchers go 3-4 innings as a starter, and then all of a sudden you have extended bullpen, innings. The Atlanta Braves have the second best bullpen ERA in baseball this season. The only team better than them are the Cleveland Guardians. And the Cleveland Guardians, I do not trust that starting rotation worth anything. Logan Allen, Carlos Carrasco, Tanner Bybee. You don't even have Shane Bieber in there just to say that you have a true ace that has experience. The Braves, they have pitching that has experience. They have some of the best pitchers in the National League right now. And even without Ronald Acuna Jr., they still have a lineup that has Matt Olson. They've got Marcelo Zuna. They've got a bunch of solid bats that have experience from being in that position. And last time they didn't have Acuna for a full season. I'm pretty sure they won the World Series.
The team that I feel like out of that top five that I'm most comfortable with saying is not doing a damn thing is Atlanta. I'm sorry. I'm so done with them. They're done. Cooked. That's my opinion, though.
Like I said, it's a team that has it all in the month of July, going into the All-Star break. When you guys start building up steam, they still have the second best ERA in baseball, sub 2. It's only 2-week sample size, but this is when we're looking at teams that are going to come out of the All-Star break and keep it hot going into the second half. And the Atlanta Braves, for me, just check off all the boxes.
I get it. I definitely get it, but I don't.
Let me ask you, as a capper, Chris, I'm overlaying the odds of the home run leaders for the season versus the home run derby. So here's what's interesting. Pete Alonso's plus 5,000 for the season. Gunnar Henderson is plus 1,500 for the season. But then you have Pete Alonso favored over Gunnar Henderson in the derby.
Well, he has less home runs, so that's the opposite. Doesn't mean Pete Alonso's won it before.
Pete Alonso has the tenure in the home run derby. He's done it,
and he's got there's certain guys that are good for home run derby, right?
And Pete Alonso, has the all-time record for home runs hit in the derby. He's 195 in his career. That's why I looked at guys like Alonso and Gunnar, because they have said that they want to do this.
I was going to say, I'm not mad at nobody betting Alonso, because this is kind of like the Pete Alonso Sympathy Award is what this was. You know what I mean? In my opinion, they should have gave the All-Star.
By the way, you know who the leader is for the season.
Or somebody else, but Pete Alonso said he wasn't going to do the Derby unless he was an All-Star. So, they kind of gave him the Sympathy Award.
So we'll do a little recap since we're coming to the end of the show. 221 votes, 44% get your money in good, 27% starting pitching, 21% winning the most games, and 9% bullpen.
Getting your money in good, as Micah would say. Get it in good.
You really flying high if you're getting your money in good on good starting pitching. Oh, stingy.
Well, that's hard to do.
That's hard to do.
then you could.
Unless
Here's why I know it's hard to do, because when I do the videos, I do them overnight for the channel. So I do them right when the lines come out overnight. And then you have people commenting in my videos the next day that the lines are all like, yeah, because unless you were betting them the second they came out at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you're not going to get your money in good on those good pitchers. It's not going to happen. People are sitting there on the West Coast picking off those numbers. It's 9 here at 6 p.m. in Vegas. So by the time somebody wakes up on the East Coast, it's all over. Because again, you got to remember, guys, most people aren't aware of this. All the betting volume is on the East Coast. It's like literally it's 90-10, like in terms of what moves the lines. It's not the West Coast money. It's not the whole Vegas panache thing. That's like marketing. You know what I mean?
So, for parlays today, I'm going to take an Eric Pathy beard trim with at least 3 more Chick-fil-A's breakfast for Jay the rest of the week. So I'm going to parlay Jay's Chick-fil-A every morning with an Eric Pathy beard trim.
Well, the parlay can't happen because the beard trim's already happened.
It already happened on.
Can't bet on stuff after it's over. I'd hit 100% of games after they're over. So,
Kasi, all you got to do is look at a video 2 days ago on the channel versus today. You'll see it was like this.
I'm telling you, if you find somebody you like, that's my tip for today. If you find somebody you like in the home run derby, go straight with the bet if you want, but there is way more value in taking what you were going to put on that single bet. And
should I give out, Costi, I don't want to say the name, the groups, the insects, they already made a play on the home run derby I just sent that on Telegram. Should I give it out to the people's complimentary?
You mean on the all? I'm seeing a bunch of tennis.
No, it's there, but I'll give it to you. It's under 7.5. So what do you guys think on that?
No, you're talking about the All-Star game. We're talking about the home run derby.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, there you go. It's not even today, but yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, if you're gonna bet on anybody, bet on the straight forecast. Just divide that big bet and just sprinkle it on all the possible outcomes.
What would be the big dog you would say, like the lottery ticket for today?
Jose Ramirez.
Lottery ticket for today. This is what you do: Sacramento Kings money line, Dallas Mavericks money line, and lay the points with the Rockets. That's what you do right there before you get paid today.
And give me money line against Jay in college football 25.
We can set it up. And we are going to set it up.
What are the teams?
And we're going to stream it live on the channel. Y'all can see me beat Chris and Romanelli and whoever else want to get beat.
Because I got it downloading right now.
You went for the money?
I did it. I caved.
So what? You're going to play?
You said there's nothing going on for the next 3 days, and this is the best time to take advantage of it. So,
what are the teams though? Who are you guys going to be?
I feel like it's only right that I'll beat Colorado when I play them.
Of course. So. And who are you, Chris?
I don't know. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know.
This is
we'll figure it out. Because the problem is, like, any college that I have any sort of ties to, it's like Georgia. And it's like, I can't do that.
Are you going to be one of the Pac-4 teams?
Dude,
where are they running with 2 or 4 right now?
I think 4.
Pac-4. So
you don't play those games anymore, Kasi?
No,
you gave me all your old boxes, and I don't know anything about games. And then I gave them to my son, and he's like, "These aren't current."
I was in my 20s, and I was in my 30s, early 30s, late 20s, and I was playing like 10-year-olds. This is like right before it was like mainstream online. Like you have the headset. It was still like a connected headset. It wasn't even wireless. And like the mom's in the background. It's 2 a.m. Go to sleep, Johnny. She's like yelling at him, and he's just beating me up. And I'm like yelling at this 10-year-old. I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is like, I
I just
can't do it.
imagine Costi just
Just
rage
getting
against a
destroyed.
10-year-old.
It's maybe he's 8, maybe he's 10. I wouldn't be shocked if he was 8. Mom's like, go to sleep. You have school. I'm like 29. I'm playing.
Costi's like, you suck. You're terrible at this. Why don't you just go quit
Getting
the
blown
game.
out.
Throw your console out the window, and
Oh.
the kid's like 8 years old.
And he's like, just, oh, God. That was it. I gave it up.
You stupid head.
Yeah. I'm cussing at him. 8. Yeah.
Yep, Costi used to be that guy.
That was that
Costi
guy.
still is that guy.
I'm still it. Yeah.
Except just now it's walking through the supermarket yelling at a child to get out of his way because kid's standing there.
What's that line? What's the line in the game today for Team USA? I can't find it. What's the line?
They said minus 20. I think it's 21.5.
Oh,
Australia.
I'm not laying that shit. I'm not laying that. Hell no. Hell no. Give me Australia plus 20.
What's his name still playoff for Australia?
Not Andrew Bogut.
No, not Andrew. What was the other one? The point guard.
Dellavedova?
No.
Patty Mills?
Patty Mills, yeah.
Probably.
Think so?
I'm pretty sure he does. Don't really have anybody else.
So yeah, give me Australia.
Boy, Luka didn't even make the Olympics. What happened, man?
He plays for Slovenia.
And make the Olympics?
Jay's
You
like
only need one player.
Costi. He plays for Slovenia, dude.
Everybody in Slovenia plays.
I love.
Slovenian
We're gonna
team.
get hate mail from Slovenia now, just because
Slovenia. All the good players.
No, bro. Even the people in Slovenia know what I'm saying, bro. They
even the people.
I'm pretty sure like 60% of people didn't even know Slovenia existed until Luka entered the
That's
league.
not true. They made the knockout round of the Euro Cup. They actually have a good soccer team.
All right.
You feel me?
Well, T-minus 4 hours until
y'all ain't rocking with y'all not rocking with Australia today, bro. All right. Fall for the Team USA hype if you want to. They did what they were supposed to do against Canada because they had to come out and prove a point against Canada. Canada was running their mouth. They was talking big. Like Canada felt like they was really doing something because they beat the young squad, Team USA. So Canada had their chest all pumped out. We the man. We the best in the world. So Team USA had to come in there and humble them. Today, USA finna just come in there and get up and down, get some good sweat in, get a nice 14, 16-point win is what's going to happen.
Australia, USA 84, Australia 67.
Yeah. Y'all better watch out. I'm trying to tell y'all. You'll be Australia plus some points today. We'll see, though.
Patty Mills with the backdoor layup.
It wouldn't surprise me. I'm trying to find out the actual roster for Australia, but I'm pretty sure, like, if you look at Team USA's like ATS record over the last, it's not that great. It's not. They're good, but everybody knows that and everybody wants to bet Team USA. You think the books just handing out money on Team USA? Come on now. Think smarter, not hard.
So look, most of the sharp books, to your point, took the line. They don't even have the lineup yet on it. It's funny.
Okay, Australia got some Thibault, Patty Mills, Josh Giddey, Josh Green, Joe Ingles, Dante Exum. Yeah, give me Australia. Give me Australia plus the points. USA gonna win. We're gonna win the gold, of course. Like we're the best, but it's a point spread game, buddy. We'll see though. I could be wrong.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Managed to go an hour and 4 minutes.
We did.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to talk about the All-Star game. We'll have some WNBA to talk about. Maybe do a little bit more of a deep dive on WNBA. Jay and I will take a break from college football 25 to do the layup session tonight, I think.
Yeah, man. If I come in here and and my eyes got heavy bags under my eyes. I ain't been asleep. I probably ain't going to sleep. So
why don't you guys do it? What is it like when you stream the video? You guys
Well, we got to figure out how we're gonna do it, but we want to do it.
do your own little Twitch right here.
And one more thing, and get your merch. Get your merch. Everything you see here, you could buy all the stuff that we wear. And as Mitch always says, we're not selling anything that he actually wouldn't wear himself.
It's that official, like that Nike tech, bro. I got that Nike tech.
It would if it wouldn't touch his skin, it's not for sale.
Come on now, bro. The Nike
That's not gonna tell you. It's not, I'm not pitching it, but it is one of the more comfortable sweatshirts and t-shirts that I own.
I wear that to the gym, the one you're wearing.
Oh, I know, because I'm at the gym working out. People walking up to me going, "Who do you like tonight?" I'm like, "Dude, let me finish my set."
Yeah, let me finish my set.
Right, exactly.
Somebody asked, "Can we get some Pick Dogs beard braids?"
I might try to come up with some designs for the winter, man. I'm gonna get y'all some fire merch, man. I don't
want to say it on the air.
I think I want me some. I want like a crew neck, like the long sleeve crew neck. I'm gonna put like Pick Dogs just in writing across the front. That'd be hard, and like black with like blue lettering.
How about we get some off whites, the Pick Dogs off whites?
You know what I mean? We just going.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we're getting there.
I mean, we'll switch it up. And then the merch that I might come up with might be exclusive. You know what I mean? Exclusive merch. So,
like one of one.
Yeah, man. You got
same size as Jay. You still got to wear the same exact size Jay wears.
You feel me? You never know, man. We got some things coming down. I got some time to think this week through a lot of it. So.
You get creative, start designing.
I got some time to think. Man.
Grab your Sharpie.
Where's the layup session? Where's the layup? You like that, Eric? They had the WNBA. They have the layup session, not the jam session.
Right.
I love that name. I say it every time. I love it.
See how Mario. If y'all want to see more of me, man, I'm on Twitter and I'll probably be live there.
I saw your tweet. I saw your tweet this morning as I'm sitting here like scanning accounts. And I was going to say something on the bottom, like, man, there's plenty to bet on. You just got to know where to go.
Oh yeah, that's true. Also, bobblehead's coming soon.
Bobblehead's coming soon.
All right.
Oh, I got one right here. Hold
on. You don't have one.
We lost him. That's not a Pick Dogs bobblehead.
That's true. But
that's his daddy on it.
Yeah, I got it for Father's Day. I got it for Father's Day. We got to get some Pick Dogs bobbleheads. It seems like they have it's easy for a ball-headed guy in a beard to get some design stuff. It's not too hard.
Oh, it's a different one than the one before?
Yeah, the kids got me. You got me one, and the kids got me one.
Oh, I completely
for Father's Day.
I thought it was one of the women that you.
No. Oh, because it's a daddy. Double entendre, double meaning. What's up?
It looks like the one I got you.
I know. Well, different outfit.
I like the glasses better, actually.
Yeah,
you know who put me onto that? Why I got it?
No.
That guy right above you. He's got 100 of them behind you.
Oh man, look
There's
at
Jay Briggs.
That's mine though.
There you go.
He's got money in one hand. Would you have a phone in the other?
I got money in this. Yeah, the kids designed it in the phone.
You have the iPhone?
Yeah.
Oh, Jay's pulling it out.
Oh no, my hat.
All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow morning. Appreciate everyone for joining us, and we know we didn't have much going on, but
Roof, where's your bobblehead, man?
mine are on the shelf here. I got Max Fried there, and I got.
You love Max Fried.
I think I got actually it might be Teoscar Hernandez up there, so maybe that's just
Jay's hat on his bobblehead falls off and tries to slip underneath your foot.
Yeah, see, there you go. All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow morning.
You guys.
See you guys.
Peace.